The Book of Jubilees, Chapter 1. This is the history of the division of the days of the Torah, and of the testimony, of the events of the years, of their weeks, festivals of covenant, of their Sabbaths, of the Jubilees throughout all the years of the world, as Yahweh spoke to Moshe on Mount Sinai, when he went up to receive the tables of the Torah and of the commandment, according to the voice of Yahweh, as he said to him, Go up to the top of the mountain. Chapter 1. Yahweh called Moshe up to the mountain to give the account of the division of days. And it came to pass in the first year of the exodus of the children of Israel out of Egypt, in the 3rd month, on the 16th day of the month, 2450 Anamunde, that Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Come up to me on the mount, and I will give you 2 tables of stone, of the Torah and of the commandment, which I have written, that you may teach them. And Moshe went up into the mount of Yahweh, and the splendor of Yahweh abode on Mount Sinai, and a cloud overshadowed it 6 days. And he called to Moshe on the 7th day out of the midst of the cloud, and the appearance of the splendor of Yahweh was like a flaming fire on the top of the mount. And Moshe was on the mount 40 days and 40 nights, and Yahweh taught him the earlier and the later history of the division of all the days of the Torah and of the testimony. And he said, Incline your heart to every word which I shall speak to you on this mount, and write them in a book, in order that their generations may see how I have not forsaken them for all the evil which they have wrought in transgression, the covenant which I established between me and you for their generations this day on Mount Sinai. And thus it will come to pass, when all these things come upon them, that they will recognize that I am more righteous than they in all their judgments and in all their actions, and they will recognize that I have been truly with them. And do you write for yourself all these words which I declare unto you this day? For I know their rebellion and their stiff neck, before I bring them into the land of which I swore to their fathers, to Abraham, and to Isaac, and to Jacob, saying, Unto your seed will I give a land flowing with milk and honey. And they will eat and be satisfied, and they will turn to strange gods, to gods which cannot deliver them from the aught of their tribulation. And this witness shall be heard from a witness against them. For they will forget all my commandments, even all that I have commanded them. And they will walk after the Gentiles, and after their uncleanliness, and after their shame, and will serve their gods. And these will prove unto them an offense, and a tribulation, and an affliction, and a snare. And many will perish, and they will be taken captive, and will fall into the hands of the enemy, because they have forsaken my ordinances and my commandments, and the festivals of my covenant, and my Sabbaths, and my Kodesh place, which I have hallowed for myself in their midst, and my tabernacle, and my sanctuary, which I have hallowed for myself in the midst of the land, that I should set my name upon it, and that it should dwell there. And they will make to themselves high places and groves and graven images, and they will worship each his own graven image, so as to go astray. And they will sacrifice their children to demons, and to all the works of the error of their hearts. And I will send witnesses unto them, that I may witness against them, but they will not hear. And they will slay the witnesses. Also, they will persecute those who seek the Torah, and they will abrogate and change everything so as to work evil before my eyes. And I will hide my face from them, and I will deliver them into the hands of the Gentiles for captivity, and for a prey, and for devouring. And I will remove them from the midst of the land, and I will scatter them amongst the Gentiles. And they will forget all my Torah, and all my commandments, and all my judgments, and will go astray as to new months, and Sabbaths, and festivals, and jubilees, and ordinances. And after this, they will return to me from amongst the Gentiles with all their heart, and with all their soul, and with all their strength. And I will gather them from amongst all the Gentiles, and they will seek me, so that I shall be found of them, when they seek me with all their heart and with all their soul. And I will disclose to them abounding shalom with righteousness, and I will remove them the plant of uprightness with all my heart and with all my soul. And they shall be for a blessing and not for a curse, and they shall be the head and not the tail. And I will build my sanctuary in their midst, and I will dwell with them, and I will be Yahweh, their sovereign ruler, and they shall be my people in truth and righteousness. And I will not forsake them, nor fail them, for I am Yahweh, their sovereign ruler. And Moshe fell on his face and prayed and said, O Yahweh, my sovereign ruler, do not forsake your people and your inheritance, so that they should wander in error of their hearts. And do not deliver them into the hands of their enemies, the Gentiles, lest they should rule over them and cause them to sin against you. Let your mercy, O Yahweh, be lifted up upon your people, and create in them an upright spirit, and let not the spirit of Belial rule over them, to accuse them before you, and to ensnare them from all the paths of righteousness, so that they may perish from before your face. But they are your people, and your inheritance, which you have delivered with your great power from the hands of the Egyptians. Create in them a clean heart and a Kodesh spirit, and let them not be ensnared in their sins from henceforth unto eternity. And Yahweh said to Moshe, I know their contrariness, and their thoughts, and their stiff-neckedness, and they will not be obedient till they confess their own sin and the sin of their fathers. And after this, they will turn to me in all uprightness, and with all their heart, and with all their soul. And I will circumcise the foreskin of their heart, and the foreskin of the heart of their seed. And I will create in them a Kodesh spirit, and I will cleanse them, so that they shall not turn away from me from that day until eternity. And their soul shall cleave to me and to all my commandments, and they will fulfill my commandments, and I will be their Abba, Father, and they shall be my children. And they all shall be called children of the living Yahweh, and every Malach and every spirit shall know, yes, they shall know that these are my children, and that I am their Abba in uprightness and righteousness, and that I love them. And do you write down for yourself all these words which I declare unto you on this mount, the first and the last, which shall come to pass in all the divisions of the days in the Torah, and in the testimony, and in the weeks, and the Jubilees unto eternity, until I descend and dwell with them throughout eternity. And he said to the Malach of the presence, Write for Moshe, from the beginning of creation till my sanctuary has been built among them from all eternity. And Yahweh will appear to the eyes of all, and all shall know that I am the sovereign ruler of Israel, and the Abba of all the children of Jacob, and the king on Mount Zion for all eternity, and Zion and Jerusalem shall be Kodesh. And the Malach of the presence, who went before the camp of Israel, took the tables of the division of the years, from the time of the creation of the Torah and to the testimony of the weeks of the Jubilees, according to the individual years, according to all the number of the Jubilees, according to the individual years, from the day of the new creation, when the heavens and the earth shall be renewed, and all their creation according to the powers of heaven, and according to all the creation of earth, until the sanctuary of Yahweh shall be made in Jerusalem on Mount Zion, and all the luminaries will be renewed for healing, and for shalom, and for blessing, and for the elect of Israel, and that thus it may be from that day and until all the days of the earth. The end.